Here we are in week 4. I'm going to look at doing a quick overview of all the assignments for this week in just one video. The readings and assignments are listed. We do have a discussion question that follows the same guidelines as always. Written assignment 4.1 here asks that you define several terms. All of these terms are defined in the back of the Cooper Huron text, and you can take those definitions straight from the book and reference the book. And it also asks that you give a supporting example of the terms. Make sure you include that supporting example, as you will see in the rubric. 1 point for each term that's defined and 1 point for the supporting example. Always look at the rubrics for a reminder of what's required. Written assignment 4.2 is looking at different experimental designs, and you are asked to describe the strengths of limitations of 4 different designs: multiple baseline, alternating treatments, reversal, and changing criterion. You'll find these designs described in chapters 8 and 9, and the specific heading where the strengths and limitations are listed is under the heading where it says considering the appropriateness of the blank design. You're also asked to generate a sample graph for each of these designs that demonstrates a functional relationship between the independent and dependent variables. And then you are to describe the difference between a graph that does show a functional relationship and one that does not, and then to generate a sample graph for each design that does not demonstrate the functional relationship. Okay, so make sure that for each one of these designs you talk about the strengths and limitations. You make a sample graph that shows a functional relationship, a graph that does not show a functional relationship, and describe the difference between those two graphs. Okay, again, check the rubric, and you'll see that there's 12 points for each one. Each starts with 4 points because there's 4 different graphs. Each actually starts with 3 points because they're 4 different graphs. And then there's the APA and mechanics are worth some points down here. There is a sample project that is provided for this. I've got it open in another tab here, and it does have good information, but it's not APA formatted. This isn't an appropriate heading, and this is not Times New Roman 12-point font. So the content is good, the formatting is not. Keep that in mind. They also only looked at one type of graph. Okay, written assignment 4.3 here is part 2 of the project that was started in week 2. Written assignment 2.2, you chose a behavior of your own that you were going to intervene with, and you went over Axelrod's list. Here, you're going to go back to that intervention that you started in week 2, changing one of your own behaviors, and step 1 through 4 was covered in week 2. Here you start with step 5, and you can go ahead and start with what you had in week 2 and add this in so that all of week 2 is included. 1 through 4 can be included, and then you start step 5. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it does help present a more complete project. Make sure that you cover all of the steps. There's several of them. Make sure that you look at the rubric and that everything that is asked for here in the rubric is in your assignment. And those are assignments for week 4. If you have any questions, please do contact me. Thank you.